Hi everybody, welcome to a bonus video. So, it is so hot here. It's supposed to be something like 115 again today, June 26th, 2021, when I'm recording this. And so, I didn't go to work today because everybody but one person canceled. So, I'm going to make a bonus video for all of you. And I noticed that the format that gets the most views is the stretching, meditation, yoga, mind-body type videos seem to get the highest amount of views, and so I thought I'd go ahead and do an extra one of those today. Yes, I am at home. I'm actually in the office area because we're getting ready to go camping, and the bedroom where I normally would record is covered in sleeping bags and things getting ready to go on our trip. So I'll make the best of being over here. It's a little bit tight, a little bit crowded, and you'll get to see my knees a lot in the video because I'm wearing shorter shorts today because it is, even in the house with air conditioning, it is still really hot and really muggy. So anyway, enough of that. Welcome to today's workout. Again, it's going to be mind body. We'll do some stretching, a little bit of meditation, light yoga, that kind of thing. I am wearing socks inside, but please, if you need to be wearing sturdy shoes, please go ahead and do that. Everybody has their own preferences. Some people need and want to wear shoes for this kind of format. Some people like socks, some people like barefoot. So do what works for you, do what works for your own body. And as always, please work at your own pace. Take a break or modify any exercise that you need to. Hydrate, 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 okay? Really, really make sure you're drinking a lot of water. If you're watching this in the heat of the summer, make sure you at least have some fans or something to keep you cool. Make sure that your workout area is free of any tripping hazards or obstacles, and just be safe with it. And I think that's it. As always, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the notification bell, click the thumbs up if you liked it. Same thing on Facebook. Make sure that you're following and liking so that the algorithm gets it out to some more people. So let's go ahead and begin. We've got some of our meditation music here. So, the one thing I didn't mention, you are going to want your sturdy chair, no wheels, preferably no armrest. Make sure it's not going to slide around or move on you. It's got a back on it so that you can lean back if you want to do that to relax for our meditation part of it. So starting with that, just begin by finding a comfortable position in your chair. So you may want to lean back against your chair. You may want to lean forward onto your elbows. Do whatever feels comfortable to you, all right? And then once you're in position, if you're leaning back, place your feet down flat on the floor, and then hands can be either palms up with the middle finger and thumb lightly touching, if you prefer, palms down, or even just relax down at your side. If you're leaning forward, resting on the elbows, you're still resting the feet down flat on the floor, and just relaxing into it, relaxing your back. So do what feels comfortable to you. You want to be sure that you're aware of the contact points on your body. So your feet down flat on the floor, feeling the floor, being aware of that proprioception. Or if you're leaning back, the hands resting however they are on the lap. If you're leaning back, the back resting against your chair. So just all those contact points. Now you don't want to slump or slouch. We do want to lengthen the spine without being rigid with it. So if you're sitting up, you can still relax back, but make sure that you're not just slouching and rounding in your chair. So just a gentle lengthening of the spine. And then again, however you'd like to have the hands, whatever feels right for you. Then you can either close your eyes or just look a few inches ahead of you down on the ground with a soft gaze. And then become aware of your breathing. And as you breathe, let yourself begin to just naturally deepen both the inhale and the exhale. And as you lengthen the inhale and the exhale, as you deepen the breathing, notice how your body just begins to relax. You feel comfortable and calm, letting go of any stress or anxiety. If you have any back tension in the position you're at, feel free to change it at any point. Make sure you're comfortable. The neck is relaxed, the shoulders are down. Hands and feet are relaxed. Continue to be aware of your breathing. Long inhale. Long exhale. You can have the eyes closed if you'd like to. One more nice deep breath. All right, continue to breathe comfortably. Make sure you're hydrating throughout your workout. Let's go ahead and sit up a little bit taller now. Instead of leaning against the back of the chair, lengthen the spine, and we're going to start by just reaching all the way up. Stretch the fingers toward the ceiling and then lean to one side and lean to the other side. Let's do each of those again. Maybe going a little bit deeper into it this time. Going into our tabletop pose, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Actively relax your neck and your upper trapezius. And then you may either just rest the hands on the lap. If you feel comfortable, you can come a little deeper and hug the legs, but always keeping the head above the heart. So relaxing the back, relaxing the neck. And make sure that head doesn't drop too low. If you like, hands reaching down towards your feet. And then rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and take a hold of the back of your chair and move just slightly forward. So I'm going down about where the seat of the chair meets the back of the chair. Anywhere along there. We're just going to rotate the shoulders back, slightly arch the back, lift the chin, lift the chest, looking up just slightly, and then release that out and move loosely side to side. Back to center, roll both shoulders front to back. So always rotating front to back so that we're not contributing to any kind of a forward rolling or hunching or rounding of the upper body, which is very, very common. Most people do it, so we're going to try to reverse that a little bit here. And then windmilling the arms one at a time, again, front to back. Side. Good. And then just circling the wrist gently. Circle the other way. And now pressing the palms down towards the floor. Sit up tall. Bring the shoulders up towards the ears. And then press them all the way down as far as you can. Let's do that a couple more times. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and all the way down. Shoulders are back and down. Shoulder blades just slightly coming in towards each other, and now stretching the neck. We're going to pull the head straight back, like you're a turtle pulling into the shell, or you're trying to give yourself a double chin. So you're not going to lift the head, and we're not going to tuck either. We're going to keep looking forward. Just bring the head straight back so it's sitting squarely over your shoulders. You're going to feel a strong stretch there. Make sure you're breathing through it. And then just ear to shoulder, always staying in comfortable range of motion here. Never have to force yourself into a range of motion that feels like it's too much for you. And the other side, keep breathing through it. Make sure you're not focusing so much on your form that you forget to breathe. Steady, deep breathing. Come back to center, and now chin is tucking down toward the chest, but with the shoulders still all the way back and down. Go ahead and extend one leg forward, reaching that same hand towards the foot. Now we're going to keep the chest a little bit lifted up, but we would like to lift the toes up towards the knees and then also get that hamstring stretch. So if you need to bend the knee a little bit, I'm doing that. Go ahead and feel free to bend it as much as you need to. If you're wearing shoes, you'll have a little bit more traction here. And we want to be sure that we get the calf stretching as well as the hamstring. Now for an extra challenge, take the opposite hand and put it across. If that's too much, just do same hand, same foot. So nice flattening of the back, lengthening it out, keeping the head above the heart. Good, release that out. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So beginning with the toes lifted up, same hand, same foot. Remember that you can bend the knee as much as you need to. Lift the toes up towards your knee, and then bring your chest down so that you're getting the hamstring and the calf stretch. Now for that extra challenge, other hand on top. Again, if that's too much, you don't have to do that one. Just do as much as you're comfortable with. It should be a strong but comfortable stretch always. And release it out. All right, good job. Go ahead and bring that leg back in. We're going to scoot back in our chair and switch back to that first leg. This time, bringing the knee up toward the chest. Now, I prefer to hold behind the thigh, behind the hamstring, rather than on the chin, just because it's less pressure on the knee, but it's up to you. Whichever one is more comfortable. And then bring your forehead down towards your knee. Good. Now from here, we're going to go into our figure four stretch. So remember, the modification is to just cross the ankles. So if you've had hip surgery or any reason why you should not have the foot up on the knee, please go ahead and do that modification. You're still going to get the benefit from it. If you do have the foot up, remember that it doesn't matter how much the knee comes down. That's not as important as our form as we lean forward. So we want to begin by just lengthening the spine and hip hinging forward. So we're not rounding the back or the shoulders. The goal is not to see how far you can get into your stretch, how deep you can lean into it. The goal is to feel this in this outer glute, I know you can't really see it, outer glute area and outer thigh area. So just go to a comfortable stretch. You can breathe and try to get into it a little bit more here. And then while you're here, go ahead and just circle the ankle, wiggle the toes a little bit, and circle the other way. And then see if you want to go a little bit deeper into that stretch. If not, that's totally fine. This is a very tight one for a lot of folks, so just do that strong but comfortable stretch. Okay, go ahead and come back up. If you're up top, cross over. If not, just keep the ankles crossed. We're going to do our spinal twist. So we're rotating opposite arm across, using that for leverage, and turning to look over the shoulder. Again, work through comfortable range of motion. And release release out. All right, let's uncross the legs. I know you can't see all the way out, but you get the idea. I'm gonna stretch that leg out to the side with the inner part of the foot down and reach that same arm up and over this time. So stretching out the whole side of the body, and then I'm gonna add that rotation, looking up toward the ceiling and pressing the palm up as well. And then come back up, and we're going to stretch the shoulder by bringing the arm across and hugging it with the other arm. Just wiggle the fingers here. Great job. Go ahead and step in, release that arm out, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So let's begin with our figure 4 stretch. So again, the modification, ankles crossed. If you're okay to bring that foot up, you may do so. Again, remember that it's not important how far the knee comes down. What is important is lengthening the spine and leaning forward with a flat or neutral back rather than hunching or rounding. You might find that one side is easier than the other. That's pretty normal. You're just slowly leaning into it, breathing into your stretch. Again, don't lean forward into it and just find yourself rounding the back. Just keep that nice flat back. Go ahead and circle that ankle. Circle the other way. And now see if you're able to get deeper into your stretch. If not, that's okay too. Just do what you're able to do. Relax the neck, relax the back, and go ahead and come back up. And if you're up top, cross that leg over, spinal twist, rotating and using the opposite arm for leverage. I'm going to look over my shoulder. And you can release that out and extend that leg out to the side. Again, I have the inside of my foot down flat on the floor. I'm bracing the other arm on the opposite leg and starting with that big reach up and over, and then rotating back to look up toward the ceiling. Press the palm up as well. It should feel like a great, awesome stretch. You don't have to force yourself any further than you'd like to go. And then come back up, and let's stretch this shoulder across in front. Stretching the back of the shoulder, wiggle those fingers. All right, great job. Go ahead and step in here and make sure you're hydrating. Go ahead and take a hydration break. Let me check my time here, doing good. All right, we're gonna come up to standing. Of course, as always, if you would prefer to stay seated, you can just do the seated variation on these, but if you would like to come up to standing, and we'll go through a few yoga poses that are modified. All right, so nothing down on the floor. We're gonna start with our cat-cow. So make sure again that your chair is not gonna move or slide. I am on hardwood, but I'm aware of that it might move a little bit, so just be cautious with it. We're gonna start with the cat pose, which is tucking the chin and tucking the tailbone under, and then going into cow. Oh, there goes Sabrina. So for our cow pose, we're flattening or arching the back out, looking forward, and then going back into that cat pose. So as we go into cat pose, the top of the pelvis moves back, the bottom of it moves forward. We're rounding the spine, tucking the chin, and then do the opposite. So now as you flatten out, top of the pelvis goes forward, tailbone presses back behind you, arching the back if that feels comfortable to you. And then one more time, round, and flatten out if you would like to. All right, very good job. Okay, slowly come up. Let's bring our chair to one side, or bring yourself to the side of the chair. Either one is fine. All right, I'm gonna go back as far as I can here so that you can see me. I'm going to start with tree pose here. So remember, with our tree pose, we're standing on the inside leg, we're opening the hip as much as possible, bringing this knee to the outside, but you have options in terms of where you have your non-standing foot. So you can keep the toes down, you can have the foot higher but below the knee, or you can have the foot even higher still but above the knee. You just don't want to be pressing on the knee joint. Again, keeping that hip open, work at the appropriate level for yourself. Now for your standing leg, make sure that you're lifting through your arch and stabilizing that ankle. I see lots and lots of people pronating, so make sure that it's not dropping into the inside. Really lift up there. For this one, I'm just going to do open arms. Use the chair as much as you need it. Good. Keep breathing, lengthening the spine. Chair is there at any point if you start to lose your balance, or you can put your foot down, of course. Good. All right, from here, go ahead and step down. We're going to go into heel-toe position with the outside foot in front. This is one of our balance exercises. This is going to be upper body rotation. So starting with the outside arm forward, if your balance is feeling okay, you can add the other hand to it using both hands. But if you need to use the chair, please go ahead. Hi, Sabrina. No, don't stop. Please go ahead and do that. All right, so our rotations, if you're ready to do this, if you want to just stay facing forward, that's fine too. Good. Come back to center. We're just changing where we are in our plane of motion. Going in towards the chair now. Coming back to center. And then hands to heart center. Again, use the chair with the inside hand if you need it. Close your eyes for extra challenge. You're going to notice how much harder it is when you close the eyes. And I immediately needed to use my chair because that makes such a difference. Your vision is so important to balance. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to go out into a split stance now. Do a couple of things from this position. So we just have that wider foot position, toes pointed forward. We're going to start by stretching that quadricep and hip flexor. So we've already done our calf stretch. We're not going to repeat another one of those. What we're going to do is bend the front knee, lift the back heel, then bend the back knee, and tuck the tailbone under. Now, if you don't feel the stretch, you can scoot that back foot further back. I'm actually running into the door there, so I'm not going to be able to go further back. Make sure you're feeling that stretch through the top of the quadricep and that hip flexor. And the key is to tuck that tailbone under. Great job. All right, so from here, go ahead and straighten both legs, both heels down flat on the floor. I'm going to keep my inside hand on my chair for stability, but reach my outside hand down towards my foot. Just go to a comfortable stretch here. Eyes up, chin up, head is above the heart. And then slowly come back up, not too quickly. And I'm just going to reach from the hip, stretching the fingers all the way up, and relax down. All right, let's go ahead and move to the other side of the chair, or move the chair to the other side of you. And we'll start again with tree pose. So once again, opening the hip. The weight is, of course, on the inside leg. Opening the knee to the outside. Your foot can be down. You can have the toes down on the floor. You can be up a little bit higher below the knee, or you could be even higher still above the knee if you'd like to do that. Again, all of those options are fine. So again, opening that hip, stabilizing the foot and ankle of that standing leg. Make sure that you're lifting through your arch, stabilizing that ankle, maybe even rolling it out just a little bit so that you're not collapsing in, not pronating. Then for the arms, one or both, letting go of the chair. My foot has gotten better, but it's never going to be perfect. It's always going to be a problem for me on this side. Sorry about the noise. The garbage truck is going by. Thought they already came by, but maybe it's the recycling truck. we're not in meditation. So as you see, I'm using my hand on the chair as I need it. Keep breathing and put your foot down. Let's go into our heel-toe stance. So our balance exercise, outside foot is still in front, but we're in heel-toe stance. Start with the outside arm reaching forward. If you're okay, add the inside arm to it too. You can still use the chair if you prefer to. And then adding the shoulder and head rotation. This is an option. If you prefer to keep looking forward, go ahead and do that. Come back to center if you're doing the rotation. And then moving towards your chair, rotating towards your chair. And come back to center. All right, hands into the heart. This is going to be the extra challenge of closing the eyes. Breathing and open. All right, let's go into our split stance here. So front, outside foot forward, back foot back. Back foot back makes a lot of sense. All right, so starting with the quadricep and hip flexor stretch. You're going to bend the front knee, lift the back heel, bend the back knee, and then tuck the tailbone under. So top of the pelvis is coming back. This is our quadricep hip flexor stretch. So make sure that you're scooting that back leg back far enough that you're feeling that stretch. It's also known as a standing lunge stretch. You can also do this seated as well on a chair or a bench. Works just exactly the same. You can stand next to a wall and do it if you'd like to. All of those work just fine. All right, let's go ahead and straighten both legs. Press the back heel down, and with the inside hand still on the chair for support, reaching toward that front foot. Again, just going to a comfortable stretch for your hamstring, your hips, your back, head above the heart. Slowly come back up, not too quickly. Great big stretch starting at the hip, reaching the fingers up toward the ceiling. Good work. You may step out of that. Let's go ahead and take a quick hydration break. I'm just going to check time. Perfect. All right, we have time to do a couple more things. Next one is one that those of you that have watched these before know is my very favorite, and that is the modified downward dog. Now I'm turning sideways so you can see me. You don't have to turn sideways. I'm just doing it so that you can actually see what I'm doing. So it's a downward dog, but we don't have to come down to the floor. We're going to use the back of the chair. So get a good grip on the back of that chair. We're going to take a big step back this time. You can also do this on a countertop. You can rest your forearms on a countertop. Bring your ears down by your arms. Press your hips back, lengthen your back. Go ahead and soften the knees if that's more comfortable for you. It should feel just like a really fantastic stretch for the shoulders, the back, the hips, the hamstrings, and the calves. Good. Slowly step in, come up. All right. Now to finish off with, I'm going to do a couple of just really nice opening stretches. So first one is I'm grabbing the hands behind my back, rotating my shoulders back, and just gently lifting. As always, comfortable range of motion on these. And from here, side to side with the head, only as far as you would like to. You don't have to go into anything that doesn't feel good. That's the great thing about these stretching, yoga, and meditation is they just feel really good. So good for the body. It's very important to add some mind, body, and flexibility into your week. It's very, very important. You'll notice the difference. You really will. All right, go ahead and release that out. Shake out the arms, shake out the hands. I'm going to finish with some standing sun salutations. If you would prefer to do this in the chair because of balance or any other reason, please go ahead and have a seat. You can still do it. If you're standing, you're going to step out to about shoulder width just to make sure that you're nice and stable. Bring your hands into center. Now we're going to start by reaching all the way up. I know you won't be able to see how high I'm reaching. As you reach up, inhale, and then forward fold into your exhale. Head above the heart, sweep the arms across. Inhale, exhale. How's that feeling to you? It should just feel lovely. It should flow through the movement. We're just going to do one more. And then relaxing down at the bottom here, head above the heart, but relax your back. If you want, you can sway a little bit. Slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and have a seat if you're standing. We're going to finish quickly with our final meditation. Of course, remember that you can continue this on after we get done here. If you're really enjoying your meditation and you'd like to do more, please feel free. Take as much time as you'd like. There is no right or wrong amount of time to do mind-body, or any of the formats for that matter. All right, so again, just like we were doing at the beginning, resting the feet down flat on the floor, finding that comfortable position for your back, relaxing your shoulders down in whatever hand position you would like. You can have the palms down, you can have the palms up, you can close the eyes if you'd like. And once again, you're going to let your breathing deepen. Deepening both the inhale and the exhale. Be aware of how your body feels more relaxed with that deeper breath. Letting the exhale become slightly longer than the inhale. Really feeling your body, letting go of any tension or tightness or stress. Scan meditation. If you like to do those, that's a really great way of relaxing all the muscles in your body. Or do a guided meditation. Or just sit quietly. Slowly lift the chin, open the eyes, and lengthen the spine. Going into our final stretch. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome job, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today for this little bonus video. We are into the 80s now as far as how many videos I have made since the start of COVID. Can you believe that? We are that many videos in. So let's keep going. I'll record as often as I'm able to. We'll get to 100 eventually whenever we get there. But in the meantime, please do check out some of those other formats for your routine, either mine or somebody else's. Make sure that you're doing some cardio, you're doing some strength training, as well as doing this kind of stretching and mind-body work. They're all very important. Balance work, very important, especially as you get older. So check out some of those. Make sure you're fitting all that in throughout your week. But please, please stay cool, stay safe, and stay super, super hydrated. And again, I'm going off on our camping trip, so I'll be gone on vacation for the next, well, we're leaving in not for a couple more days, but we'll be leaving soon and then I'll be gone. So it'll be a little bit before I get another video out. But hey, got an extra one in today, so enjoy, and I will see you soon. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. Bye-bye.